Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath.
And I'm Bree.
And this is going to be like a Q&A video. I put
out...
out...
a convo.
Bit of a convo, yeah. I put out the call on Patreon. I was like, hey, Patreon guys, what are some video suggestions for, like, non-physical media?
Yeah.
I want videos that aren't focused on, like, look at this. So, look
what I bought.
Yes, look what I bought. Reviews are super important, and I love to do those, but I also like to do some things that aren't necessarily physical media related. Leading into interviews, we're doing a lot more interviews. I keep doing this.
You're counting, but
I'm only doing the one
every time.
Yeah. So we got, like, a lot of suggestions, and a lot of the questions that came, they were like, well, would you talk about this? And I was like, we can combine these and do a Q&A video. So producer Bree is here, I am here, and we're gonna knock these out real quick. So this is it.
Loud snaps in the video.
Yeah, you should do that in front of your microphone. Whoa. Eddie C. All these are Patreon supporters. Eddie C asked for a discussion on streaming platforms and what is essential.
Yeah.
So, like, I would say none, because I'm not a big streamer.
Yeah.
But
you said that earlier, but I reminded you
that
if we did not have Netflix, you wouldn't have gotten to watch Chef Show.
Chef Show with Favreau, with my man John Favreau. That's
right, which you really enjoy.
I love.
Yeah.
I love Chef Show. Chef Show. Chef Show. I love it. And it's true. Like, that I wouldn't have even known it existed, I guess, if not for Netflix. But
yeah.
See, here's the thing. I don't have time for Netflix or any of these streaming services because my schedule, like, you know, I get, this is not a complaint. I want to be very clear. This is not a complaint. But I'm reviewing so many titles. I mean, it's like dozens of titles every single month that I take it seriously. I'm not one of those YouTubers who's like, I got it. Here it is, and then that's the end of the conversation.
Well, and they're all physical things. You're not really reviewing anything on streaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
for me, my queue is physical, and it's already spoken for months in advance.
Yeah.
So, but you are a big streamer,
I am. That's primarily how I watch things, unless we watch them together.
We watch movies
and
and stuff.
You're willing to find a disc and put it in, whereas I'm not. I'm one of those people that, like, look. I, especially during these times as a teacher, most people know I'm a teacher. I'm working really long hours and really harder than I ever have before. And this is my 19th year doing this, but it just feels so different. So when it comes to I love watching TV, right? Yeah. That's like how
you're not
that's
necessarily,
how I wind down and relax.
I'm a movie person. We should reference people to what was the video we did where we were talking about, what was it about the, like, TV shows? Is there a life? It was my 5-year theory. My 5-season theory.
Yeah.
And what really came out of that is, like, I'm drawn to movie storytelling. Like, say it and just get done.
Yeah.
And you're into spending time with character. You're more drawn to TV. So you are a TV person.
Yeah. But I am not going to come in here and dig for a movie or a TV show.
And we should be honest that when I come in here sometimes, I'm here for like an hour.
That's true.
People be like, even one of the Patreons, they were like, could you tell us how you organize things? And I was like, no, because I don't.
No.
Like, there ain't no time for organizing things. Like, that's why we need the Serial at Midnight intern to come and organize.
I mean, it needs to be organized.
Would you like to be the Serial at Midnight intern who organizes the collection?
You get the coffee and organize the collection.
1-800-555 Serial. That's too many digits, but
well, that's because it's not even a real number. You just made it up. Don't call that number. Or you can, but it won't be. Well,
555 is a fake number, so
yeah. What are we talking about?
We have Hulu.
Okay, what do we have? We have Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Or Prime, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I think that's it, honestly.
I think that's it too. And of those, I watch none of them.
Yeah.
Disney Plus, The Mandalorian. If not for The Mandalorian, I would never. And when in between Mandalorian seasons, like, we didn't watch anything.
Yeah.
We paid for it every month, and we didn't watch jack squat.
To be fair, I watched stuff with my kids at school on Disney Plus.
Okay, you watched the Coco.
We did watch.
If people maybe they can barely see, like, this is the Disney shelf, and we have, like, I mean, we have many, like, tons. These are the exclusives, the Disney Movie Club exclusives. We have everything that Disney would ever put out. We don't have the original. We don't have Goldblum, going like, but I
there are things
like
that you
ice
don't
cream.
have, but we just, That's not how you spend your time, but
It's
it is
not.
how I'll spend my time.
Yeah.
I am happy to open Netflix or Hulu and see
You discover things.
What food show they've suggested
Food shows,
for me.
travel shows. You
Yeah.
like Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern.
Yeah.
You like we did Chef Show with Jon Favreau.
Yeah. Ooh,
Can I
Somebody
say-
Feed Phil.
Yeah, you love Somebody Feed Phil. With the Chef Show, if you haven't watched Chef Show, it's Jon Favreau. He made the movie Chef. But it's basically him cooking with like his mentor Roy Choi from Chef, the movie, like his teacher that taught him all this stuff for the movie Chef. But then like they bring in like
Guests
Dave Filoni from Lucasfilm and Sam Raimi. They had like it's a lot of like the Hollywood circle, and so I enjoy that. Like teaching Sam Raimi how to make bread, and he's like, I never knew you had to proof it for so long. It's just really interesting.
Or I'm like Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez, yeah.
Making
like,
pizza.
And they're like, I think he's messing with us. Like he's telling stories, and they're like, he didn't do that. So is any of that essential? Are there any streaming services that you would miss if they were? I guess all of them.
Yes, I would miss Prime.
What do you watch on Prime?
House and Milk Street.
Oh. Okay.
And
yeah, we have the PBS Passport through Amazon Prime, right? We're paying $5 a month for that, maybe $4 a month for the PBS for the cooking.
But I
shows.
highly support PBS.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to give them $5 a month for
Austin
the cooking
city
shows.
limits. Are you, and what would you cut? Is there any that you could say of the ones that we have that you're like,
I guess after The Mandalorian's over, we could pause Disney Plus for a while because we have everything pretty much almost.
We also don't like our content edited.
I wouldn't get rid of Netflix because I watch stuff on there. I wouldn't get rid of Hulu. I watch a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah. So you use what we've got.
Yeah, but there's so many other streaming services.
Yeah, we don't do
like HBO,
the Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock.
Peacock.
CBS. Like there's a lot. I think really to determine what is essential is you would have to decide what is most important to you that you want to be able to have access to and watch anytime you want.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
For me, if I had to choose one, I guess I would choose Hulu because it has a lot of the TV on it that I like.
Interesting.
But I don't want to get rid of Netflix or there's a lot of good food shows on Netflix, which I love. I'm a sucker for a good food show.
You love it, and you're the primary cook of the family,
I love
and you
to
cook like amazing things too.
Thank you.
We got a pork roast going right now. Okay, feel like we covered it.
Yeah.
You also do discs though too. You should.
I do. So I'm watching.
You're watching Supernatural
on
from the
discs
beginning
right now.
on disc.
I am.
Dean, Sammy. Okay.
But you know what? I'm more willing to do a disc if you get it for me. Like you're the one. I'm always like,
I'm the
hey,
curator.
I'm almost done with season whatever, and you're like, I'll go get the next one for you. If you didn't do that, I would try to find whatever I wanted on streaming.
This is how we compliment each other too, because I'm very. They can't see the hundreds of movies on the floor and the chaos that this room is, but like, I am the passion and like the just like well let's just do like the whatever, and you're the administrator of Serial at Midnight. Like you are the brains behind it. You're like you should do this. You organize things. You set up web shops. You help me talk through ideas. You're really like you're very administrative with that stuff, but then when it comes to stuff like you need like Supernatural, like I'm the curator. I'm like, oh, I know right where that is. I can have that for you, and so it's like this weird balance that we bring to.
Or things that I think you would like on streaming, I curate that for you. Like we watch Chef Show.
I bought you Tigers Are Not Afraid on physical media. I bought you the disc of that, the steelbook for that. So it's not cut and dry. People don't fit into boxes. Yeah. It's a little bit of both. Because like I'm watching Chef Show and Mandalorian, so I can't say that I don't stream because I do, but it's not
your preferred method.
Not my preferred thing. Mike C wants to know what's up with Serials at Midnight. So I feel like I could address this really quickly. Serials at Midnight is currently paused because all the stuff that's coming out. And I don't know that I finished my thought earlier, but like when we are not one of those YouTube channels that's like, look what we got, look what's out now. Link in the description.
And then we never watch
it. And then we never watch it or talk about it. It's very important to me that if I'm covering something that I have the integrity of like knowing what I'm talking about and having watched it and put the work in. So, like, recent example, the 20 Hammer films from Mill Creek Entertainment. Someone asked, like, because it was like Hammer Films, The Inner Sanctum Mysteries, Rita Hayworth, Franklin and Bash, and someone asked, I'm sorry, I can't remember the exact name, Franklin and Bash. They asked, like, what are you going to skip for this? And I was like, I'm nothing. Like, it's very important to me that I actually do this so that you can trust my opinion. Like, integrity is important, especially on a platform where it's in very short supply. So, Serials at Midnight is probably
kind of paused for now.
It's paused because there's just so much coming out.
You'll get back to it, but there's just a lot to do right now.
There's a lot to do, and we're gonna talk. It's not necessarily Serials, but the Jungle Gym collection. There's a Jungle Gym collection. Johnny Weissmuller from the former Tarzan. It's a series of like, they're not serials, but they're a pulp film series from the 50s, and it's Johnny Weissmuller, and I want to talk about those, and I'm thinking maybe Serials at Midnight is the place for that. Okay. So I've got plans, but for now, stay tuned. That's what we'll say. In the fire. A lot of fingers and a lot of pies. Corey A. This is kind of a multi-part question. 1, CD binders versus cases for media storage. Again, you come from like binders and stuff.
I had binders when I first started buying CDs because it was just easier. You could carry it, and it'll carry like a handle.
Tell people what you would do.
Oh, so they can judge me as you have judged
Other people do it.
Oh, okay.
Other people. I'm not throwing you under the bus.
I would take the paper out of the CD case, like the booklet or the whatever was in there, take it out, and I put it in the binder. This is me putting it in the binder. And then I would put the CD.
This is also.
I would put the CD in the binder. I put the CD in the binder. The CD in the binder, and I would throw the case away because I'm like, who needs that? Just piles of cases everywhere. No, thank you.
And you're not the only one. I know a lot of people that do that.
To each their own.
With their movies, they take the disc out, they put them in some sort of a storage. Yeah. For me, when I found out you did that, I was like, what?
He was appalled, and I was like, who cares?
It's like contemplating our relationship. I was like, why would you? No, not really. But I couldn't, like, it never even occurred. Like, never occurred to me that you would do that. Like, what? Like, you would take your, like, so I never, clearly, no. But I do feel compelled to also say, Corey, when I hear about people that have large media collections and they're experiencing what we call bit rot or laser rot, not always, but very much the majority of the time, those discs are being stored in those plastic binders.
So how long does it take? How many years does it take for that to happen?
Well, when back in the CD days when we all had like the binder under our seat, some people might still, but
I don't know.
It happened fast. Really? Like, I lost a lot of discs with the little pinholes in them to the CD cases. Yes.
What? You lost a lot of discs to the CD cases.
Yeah, the CD cases ruin the discs.
Oh, okay.
They create.
I thought you were saying that the binder ruined.
Oh.
The discs.
Well,
like, well, mine are like over 20 years old and they're fine.
Well, are they fine?
Last I looked through them, they were, which was probably less than a year ago.
I think I'm doing this again. I think temperature is an element.
Well, I haven't stored them like out in the elements. I keep them in the house.
I also think that the brand of the case itself is important. I think that there were a lot of cheap cases that you could get them at flea markets or wherever,
like the binders.
And I think that was a factor. I don't think it happens on the playing side of the disc. Whatever happens on the top. The plastic from the cases does something to the top of the discs. Okay.
So you're saying cases is how you would go.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Cases. You would keep things in cases, not binders.
Yes, but that's why. I mean, in addition to my OCD and my...
You do have some things in binders, though, I must say.
I do. I do.
I like calling you out on those things.
No, but it's important. I mean, it's important that you do. Somebody should, because I tend to represent myself as like, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, but... Okay, number 2.
Oh, no, you just threw the list down.
What? Okay. Question. The second part of that question is, what is like appointment TV shows that we have on in the background while we are drinking coffee or while we're working? Do you have appointment TV shows or just like comfort TV shows that you have on in the background?
It's usually in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm embarrassed to say, Today Show or CBS News on Saturday mornings and Sunday morning CBS show. Those are usually have those on while I'm eating breakfast or drinking coffee or...
And I'm with, like, I do the Today Show too, and I don't like...
It's hilarious, because you don't like it, but then you're texting me at work in the morning, like, on the Today Show, they did blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay.
I kind of hate it. Like, I kind of hate the Today Show. Like, I feel like even...
you watch it every day.
Yeah, every morning it's on. I don't know why. It's just like this weird ritual. But more and more... after the Today Show, if I'm around the house and I'm working, I'm putting on music. Now more than ever, I'm putting on records or like lately it's jazz.
Yeah.
So
or I guess for me in that case that would be NPR.
Yeah.
I turn that on constantly in the background.
You do. It's just,
I even walk to NPR when I exercise.
It becomes atmosphere for you. I don't have any TV shows that I can't be like, well, I put on, you know.
We used to have appointment television.
Yeah, we did.
But we don't anymore.
What would
Do we want to say what? We used to watch.
Know.
We used to watch The Goldbergs, American Housewife, Blackish, Mixedish.
All the ABC.
Yeah, pretty
sitcoms.
much all. Always ABC. Yeah, but we've kind of moved away from that. I think just the current times and things we've just not.
Well, the Goldbergs reached a point for me where I was like, this is a parody of the show that it started. The Goldbergs started and it was kind of like a toothy satirical look at 80s tropes. It was set in the 80s, but it was like sending up certain things, and they would occasionally do like a movie themed episode. Yeah. Now like every episode is they're stealing a movie plot, and it's not
and incorporating it into the show.
And it's not satirical anymore. It's just like copy by numbers, and it's lost any relevance that it ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah, there goes my interview with Adam F. Goldberg. But we used to do that. We have a lot of shows we used to watch, but we're kind of not in that. The Middle. We watched The Middle like crazy. True. We watched every episode of The Middle for years. Yeah. Until
the end. We still haven't seen the finale. We have no idea what happened at the end of The Middle.
Nope.
Oh well.
Robert A. What are some movies that need a Blu-ray? This is getting harder and harder to do because so much. Wonder Boys was. I have a crossover video with Films at Home where we talk about. We each picked 5 movies that needed a Blu-ray. Of my list, one of them like they're coming out. Wonder Boys was one, and Wonder Boys, Robert Downey Jr., Michael Douglas, Frances McDormand, Tobey Maguire, Katie Holmes. Great movie. Oscar-winning song by Bob Dylan. It just came out on Blu-ray yesterday as we're recording. This was yesterday. So that's out now. I still would love a Blu-ray of Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. There are some that there's one. I thought of one the other day and now it's gone again. But like the Beastmaster, like Vinegar Syndrome was putting out the Beastmaster. That had like a foreign region Blu-ray. But we never got it here in the United States. And then Vinegar Syndrome was like, how about we just give you 4K? And so it's like, whoa. Rad as well from Vinegar Syndrome. We need the sword and the... Oh, no, hold on. What's the Lee Horsley movie? It's got Richard Mall in it. The Sword and the Sorceress? That's not right. The Sword and the Sorcerer? All right, I'm going to have to Google this. Let's talk... It's an Albert Pyun movie. I can think of everything but the name. Albert Pyun. And I spell it wrong. Talk, Bree.
I'm supposed to talk? Well, I can't answer this question. So what would you like me to talk about? I don't know.
Do impressions.
Yeah,
The Sword and the Sorcerer.
I do so many impressions.
The Sword and the Sorcerer. The 1982, that movie vanished off the face of the earth. That one needs a Blu-ray pronto. There are more, but I can't think of any right now. That maybe, you know what, that's a good... We're not going to talk about the topic suggestions that make like really meaty full videos. So that may be a good topic for another, like a dedicated video. Yeah. And then I guess the last one here is from Eric In, and he wants to know like what's happening with our movie theater, what's available to see at the theater, and have we been back? And I can tell you, no, we haven't been back. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, or whatever, however you want to say that title of that movie.
Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Is that the name of it?
Yeah, but you said that so low. But the
the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Fantabulous Emancipation. That was, I think, the last movie we saw in the theater. And then,
when was that?
I think it was March, I think. Maybe February.
February,
they
March.
dumped it. They were like, eh.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that was it. And then everything.
You like that movie? You
watched
should say
down.
I
did like that movie. I didn't know that's what we were talking about.
No,
yeah,
I just
liked it.
thought that because people take a huge dump on that movie, and I just want to say at least somebody likes that movie.
I bet there are other people besides
I like
me
it too. My problems were.
I mean, it's not amazing. I think that Margot Robbie for sure carries that movie. She's great as Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
There are aspects of the movie I really like, but it's not.
It's
amazing.
Typical Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Executive messed with
Totally.
Who made that movie? Not the director. Like
50
a bunch.
50 people in a boardroom.
50 people in a boardroom made that movie. Then the world went crazy, and that was the last thing we saw. And they have since opened back up. But here's the thing. There's really no new movies. No, they do have the Kevin Costner, Diane Lane, Let Him Go. Is that what it's called? They have that. But
didn't they put out, oh my gosh, what is his name that did Tenet?
Oh.
Didn't they put that out?
Yeah. Okay. Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan. There's a video one day about Christopher Nolan. You see how many bridges I can burn. But here's the thing. One showing a night. They do one screening of it. The theater, they do one showing of whatever they have at 7 something at night every night, and that's it. So the theater isn't open before that one screening. I'm not going anywhere at 7 o'clock at night, and most of what they're showing, well, I'm not. I mean,
no, it's just funny just thinking about how we've aged, and we're like, it's dark outside. We're not leaving the house.
I had my dinner at 4 p.m. at the buffet at the Country Kitchen. And I'm sitting on my hemorrhoid donut, and I'm not going to if they let me take my hemorrhoid donut into the theater, maybe I'll go. No, but they have one showing, and it's 7 o'clock at night, and like they have like 14. I mean, I think they may have 12 things playing right now, and like 10 of the 12 are like re-releases of things that we already own. Some of them on 4K. I'm like, well, here at the house, one, it's free.
Yeah.
You know, we've already bought the movie. We have free snacks in the fridge. We have a bathroom right there. It just becomes this whole thing. Yeah. And I don't know, like there is the whole pandemic thing that I don't know if I go there if somebody's going to be hacking up a lung. Because what we witness every single day, maybe me more than you, is that people do not care about your personal space. I'm all for personal freedoms. You don't need to be this close. Like, are you trying to go for my wallet? Why are you so close to me? And why are you coughing? And if I can smell what you had for lunch, you're too close. So, and I have no plans on going back. And frankly, I suspect that the theater is probably about to close again. And if they close again, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know that they're opening back up. And it's an AMC. And AMC is on the verge of bankruptcy. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but... And you know, last year I did the whole AMC A-list thing. Yeah. And I was in the theater
all the time,
1 to 3 times a week, and I loved it. And it felt like coming home. Yeah. Because it was how I was like in my college days and in my early 20s. I was always at the theater, and it was reconnecting with that. And I am.
Wow, how things have changed.
I'm thinking maybe that was the end. That was my goodbye. I hope not, but I'm prepared for it. So that's this. That's the Q&A for this. We'll have to do one of these for maybe some main channel or something at one point. But these came from Patreon. We appreciate our Patreon people so much. We appreciate you for watching this video. Anything we want to hit before we head out? We don't do this for like, comment, subscribe.
No, we don't do that.
We don't do that. Smash that like button. Ring the bell for the notifications. What is that voice?
I don't know.
Ring the bell for the notifications.
I don't know.
It's like now I'm a prospector. We have a cat. You want to hold the cat up?
It called a cat in.
It did.
That voice did.
She's like, man, you sound like you're from the 1800s. All right, well. She's like, no. Where did she go?
She's off. She's over there.
Off. Oh, there she is. Cat. Okay. Cat lost her head. All right, let's get out of here. Guys, thank you so much. Take care. Until next time, we will catch you later. Snippet.